This summer, I was in Dr. Lita Cubsier's lab, and it was studying pyroaerobiology.
And my project this summer was looking at various air pollutants in the Lewis-Clark Valley.
And my research project was deleting ARID 1A in osteosarcoma cell lines.
And my research was to do ion exchange chromatography for thin juice softening.
And we looked at the effects of ivermectin on critical organs and biochemical markers in chick embryos.
And my project was measuring proliferation of GMME cells.
I was monitoring aphid vectors of potato virus Y, just keeping track of their numbers throughout the growing season.
We were looking to see if the invasive brook trout were displacing the cutthroat trout due to feeding behaviors and certain hormones.
My project was to automate cell counts in zebrafish, more specifically microglia cells.
My project this summer was quantifying tianeptine, a synthetic opioid, in a brand of nutraceuticals called Tiana.
I was studying oligonucleotide probes for DNA recognition.
And we work on tendon tissue engineering and exploring how we can use stem cells to further our progress and understanding of tendon development.
My project is looking at how maternal immune challenge during lactation influences testosterone-related gene expression in offspring.
And we used an RNA molecule to predict how precellular life on Earth may have evolved.
I feel like this is probably the best internship and scientific learning experience for undergraduate students in this state. I feel like the amount of knowledge that you are able to glean and the amount of research experience you're able to do is just invaluable. It is an amazing opportunity, and you're going to be able to really understand if science is for you, and if it is for you, you're going to excel and you're going to love it.
I would recommend INBRE to future students because it does teach you a lot of life lessons also, like coming back from a failure, because you could do everything right and it'll still just not work out for you.
I would say INBRE is probably one of the best ways to get undergraduate research opportunities, especially if you're looking at going to grad school or medical school, where research really helps boost your application, because it's different than every other research opportunity in the fact that you get the opportunity to go to a conference, you get to present your poster at the conference, and you take a more hands-on role in your research instead of just going with whatever the grad student or the PI says is the next step with your research.
Without INBRE, I wouldn't have had even close to this kind of experience. Being able to apply what you learn in the classroom in a different way and in unexpected ways is just something phenomenal, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
The best part of my INBRE experience was fieldwork. I really loved the days that I got to go out when it was 103 and get up to my knees in the mud to count and collect bugs. It was really enjoyable, very fun. It was like being a kid.
Offers them ways to be polished professionally, to not only be good at their work in data collection, but also to succeed in presentation, which is a huge part of research. You can't just do your project and make sure all the numbers are right. You have to also be able to present it to the public.
I think, no matter what you're interested in, and regardless of what you end up studying, what your project is, just having that relationship with the mentor and getting close to them and getting your foot in the door with some faculty mentor and then like-minded students, it just opens up a lot of opportunities for, connections with grad school and working on future projects and just all around a good experience.
I definitely would recommend INBRE to future students. This experience let me be able to save enough money to continue on in my studies, and it also opened the door for me to be able to find what kind of research I love to do.
I'm not a particularly outgoing or gregarious person, and I was really worried about having to make these connections, but they were just plopped in my lap, and it was really nice and very helpful.
My favorite experience with this was knowing that what I was doing was helping something larger than myself. I was helping the community with avoiding West Nile, and then knowing that I could actually do research on my own. I was given a lot of independence and trust with this, in which I didn't think I would receive. And I didn't think I'd get this position because I didn't think I was smart enough. but I realized I do belong here and I can do this. Just knowing I can do this, it was the most and the best experience, along with the results I attained from this research.
Yeah, for any future students, if you get the application or get offered an application to participate in the program, do it. It is 100% the best thing you will do for yourself in terms of overarching goals and just getting the experience you need to be successful in the workforce if you're a scientist.